All right, let me ask you something. What if you could pay off your entire house, everything, 15 years ahead of schedule? And what if, in that time you just saved, you could build a nest egg of over $800,000? Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we're going to break down a financial strategy that is designed to do exactly that. Let's get into it. First things first, a really direct question for you. I want you to think about your monthly bills. Do you ever feel like those car payments and credit card balances are just relentless? Like you're on a treadmill working so hard but not really getting anywhere? You're not alone. And, there's a really good reason for that feeling. This kind of high-interest debt is, for most people, the single biggest thing holding them back financially. For a lot of families, this number is painfully real. A couple of car payments, some credit card debt that just hangs around. It adds up, and it can easily hit $2,000 a month, or even more. Just think about that for a second. That's a huge chunk of your money every month just flying out the window to what we call bad debt. Yeah, that $2,000 a month isn't just a line item on your budget, it is a massive anchor, just weighing down your cash flow, slowing you down, keeping you stuck. But here's where it gets interesting. What if you could take that anchor, that dead weight, and magically turn it into a sail? Something that could actually catch the wind and propel you towards your goals way faster than you ever imagined. So how do we do that? Well, this is where we need to introduce a totally different way of thinking. We're not talking about just another loan. We're talking about a smarter mortgage tool that's built for exactly this kind of strategic move. It's called an all-in-one loan, or AIO for short. Now think of it like this. It replaces your old mortgage, and it basically acts like a checking account that's tied to your home's equity. You roll your mortgage and all that other debt into this one single loan. And here's the clever part. Your paychecks get deposited directly into it. The second your money hits the account, it immediately pays down your loan balance, which means you pay way less interest right from day one. And this quote just nails the whole strategy. The goal is super simple. We want to turn that expensive, high-interest bad debt into much cheaper, more manageable, better debt. By wrapping it all up into your mortgage, you can slash your monthly costs and free up a ton of your cash flow. Okay, so the theory sounds great, but let's see how this actually works with real numbers. We're going to walk through a case study right now that shows just how powerful this can be. This isn't some made-up scenario, this is a real-world transformation. So let's look at a pretty typical situation. We've got a family with a $400,000 mortgage, and they've still got 25 years left to pay on it. On top of that, they're carrying about $100,000 in other debt. Cars, credit cards, and that debt is costing them a painful $2,000 every single month. So with their monthly income of $10,000, that means 80% of their money is gone before they can even think about saving or investing. Okay, now for the magic. This is the after picture. They consolidate everything into one $500,000 AIO loan. Instantly, the monthly cost for all that consumer debt drops from $2,000 down to around $500. That right there is an extra $1,500 in their pocket every single month. But here is the real game changer. Look at the new payoff timeline. I mean, the impact is just staggering. Look at that side by side. They went from facing a 25-year road of payments to being completely 100% debt-free, house and everything, in just 9.5 years. Let that sink in. 15.5 years. They just bought back over a decade and a half of their financial lives. No more mortgage, no more car payments, no more credit card bills. Just total freedom. Oh, and by the way, they also saved about $7,000 in interest, which is a nice little bonus. But honestly, that's not the main prize. The real treasure here, the most valuable asset they gained, is time. So what could you actually do with an extra 15.5 years of financial freedom? This is where the story gets really, really exciting. Because once you're debt-free, you're not just playing defense anymore, trying to get by. You can finally start playing offense and build some serious wealth. So let's ask a big question. After 9.5 years, the house is paid off. It's done. But what if this family just kept making their old mortgage payment? But instead of sending it to a bank, they sent it to themselves, into an investment account, for all those years they saved. Remember this number, $1,896. For years, this is what they were sending to the bank. Now, with the house gone, they get to pay themselves instead. They get to put this money to work for them every single month. So, they take that $1,896 and they just funnel it every month into a standard S&P 500 index fund. And we're just using a historical average return here, nothing crazy, around 10% per year. It's a payment they were already used to making, just redirected. And here is the result. By simply taking advantage of the time they created, their investment account could grow to over $837,000. This is the power of time. It's not just about getting out of debt. It's about what you build after you're free. So, you've seen the incredible potential here. Now the question becomes, what could this look like for you? It's time to stop looking at a case study and start looking at your personal reality. Look, this example is a fantastic illustration of what's possible, but everybody's situation is different. Your income, your debts, your goals, those are the numbers that really matter. The key is getting a personalized analysis to see what your unique path looks like. And getting that personal blueprint is incredibly simple. Seriously. It all starts with just a quick, totally free 15-minute consultation. From that one chat, you can get a customized payoff analysis that shows you exactly what your new timeline could be and how much time and money you could actually save. So take that first step. All you have to do is reach out to Eric Walboot, the Payoff Pro. All his contact info is right here on the screen for you. A quick, no-pressure conversation is all it takes to find out if this strategy is the right fit for you and your family. And finally, just the important legal stuff. This is not a commitment to lend, and all loans are, of course, subject to credit approval. The investment figures we talked about are for illustrative purposes and are based on historical averages of the S&P 500. But remember, past performance never guarantees future results. For all the licensing info, you can visit the NMLS Consumer Access website. Thanks so much for watching.